Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday evening. It's a little before the third part, I believe they're considering it for the Wendy Williams documentary to come out. So I do want to discuss the first two parts. Watched them last night, but y'all know I be out here in these streets making them donuts. So I wasn't able to take notes, but I did record it on my DVR just to kind of go through it again. And I'm definitely going to watch tonight. So if y'all watched, let me know if y'all watched. It was hard to watch. But right now, I just came down here to talk to y'all about a few things, some Bravo mess going on. There is always something going on. Didn't we say it was only February? Always something going on. So first up, let's get into the Guabadias. Simon Guabadia. So I'm sure y'all have seen this, but he posted, "Will stop loving my wife when divorce is final." I was like, wow, it's that easy, huh? You can just turn it on and turn it off. Oh, the divorce is final. I'm going to stop loving. But that's what he posted. "Will stop loving my wife when divorce is final," with the song, the Money Love song or what have you. Then after that, they're in the comments now, because the comments is always where it's at. Somebody said they must be finna ship him back. So finna ship him back. He replies, "Finna," with 3 laughing faces. Then another commenter said, "If immigration finds out your sponsor, be it your wife or other, has a criminal record, it ain't gonna fly with immigration." And he said, "Yep, YEP." So he's loving his wife until the divorce is final. But at the same time, is he saying, I don't know what that could mean. If immigration finds out your sponsor, be it your wife or other, has a criminal record, it ain't going to fly with immigration. And he said, "Yep." To me, the person is saying, like, that's not going to fly. If your sponsor has a criminal record, you ain't going to be able to be here because they don't play those games. And he's saying, "Yep." So, like, what did he mean? Did he even understand what that comment meant? I don't know. It's interesting. In the meantime, between time, Miss Porsha posted, "Thank you for your prayers and support. With a broken heart, the praying hands, and PW," which I guess is Porsha Williams and not Porsha Guabadia. So I guess Porsha Guabadia is no longer in the building. Y'all know the YouTube video I did yesterday, I talked about how she has already secured a divorce attorney, Randall Kessler, who handled her first divorce with Cordell. So we shall see what happens. I've heard a lot of people talking about, they feel, well, not, I won't say a lot, but I've seen conversation that maybe this is just to protect the assets. Sort of like if you watched the Real Housewives of Orange County some seasons ago, Peggy and Deco, child, they were married for years, got a divorce, but were together. And during the time they were divorced. So basically, Deco gave, in the divorce, Deco, I believe, gave Peggy the assets in the divorce. She was awarded them in the divorce. And then he filed bankruptcy after the divorce. So his debt was cleared, but she still has the assets. So who knows if that is what's going on. But that would indicate, if that was the case, if it was to protect assets, wouldn't that indicate that some financial things are going on with Simon? I know I was watching Really B, shout out to Really B, and she did a YouTube video talking about a recent lawsuit against Simon as of January 2024. So make sure y'all go check out I Am Really BTV, because she did a video and I watched it, and it's a recent lawsuit, January 2024. So if it is a divorce to protect assets, that would mean that some financial things are going on, or maybe in the case of him getting deported, and maybe they feel like because he did, I don't know if defraud would be the right word, but lied about who he was with the false identity. Maybe they feel like immigration or somebody would try to come after his stuff. So it'll be awarded to Porsha. We'll see in the divorce, once it's final, if it's like asset protection based on what she gets. If he gives her a lot, because we know he didn't give Fallon a lot. She got $50,000 and something else. So if we see Porsha get awarded a lot of his things, so to speak, accounts, homes, then maybe it is asset protection. So we'll see. I know I'm going to keep my eyes open and watching for it. Next up, let's get into my girl, my candy gal, Miss Candiace Dillard. So according to page 6, Candiace Dillard definitely has a future plan to exit RHOP to pursue music full-time. I'm sorry, let me turn this. No wonder. I was like, why does it look so dim? It's because I didn't have my brightness up. Did I just get brighter for y'all? I feel like everything got brighter, child. Technology. Anyway, as Candiace Dillard's star continues to rise in the music industry, the Real Housewives of Potomac staple is considering her future exit from the Bravo verse. In life, if you don't always have a plan, what are you doing? She tells Page 6 in an exclusive interview when asked if she might leave reality TV or to fully focus on her career as a recording artist. That's definitely a plan, she adds. Side note, I remember her talking about this before, and she talked about it with Carlos King, and she said, you need to get what you can out of this platform because this platform is going to use you and get what it can out of you. So for now, though, Dillard is happy to stay put on the Maryland-based iteration of the Juggernaut franchise that made her a household name. I'm so grateful for the platform that I've been given with Bravo, the multi-hyphenate says. The former Miss United States acknowledges that RHOP has consistently documented her singing and acting pursuits, because we know that Candiace is also on a show on All Black, and she's done some other things. They have supported me immensely with my music career, with my acting career, with just my love for wanting to express myself as an artist, she tells us. They've really given me the space to talk through and talk about my love for the industry. Still, the Drive Back songstress, whose beloved Deep Space album has generated a fervent following outside of the Bravo fandom, notes that all good things must come to an end, referring to her role on RHOP. Dillard, who joined the unscripted series in 2018's season 3, hopes to make an amicable departure from the Housewives a la Kandi Burruss. The Atlanta stalwart 47, meaning they're talking about Candiace now. I mean, they're talking about Kandi now, announced earlier this month that she was leaving the Georgia set show after 14 consecutive seasons, a decision that devastated viewers, but incited much praise for a wonderful tenure from Bravo honcho Andy Cohen and more network personalities. I'm gonna read that line again because I want to comment on it. So Kandi leaving, they said it left fans devastated or viewers devastated, but incited much praise for a wonderful tenure from Bravo honcho Andy Cohen and more network personalities. So basically, Andy praised Kandi on her way out. I don't know, even though Candiace has been an amazing housewife, I don't know if Andy would bestow that same praise on her. I don't know. Who knows? Shout out to Kandi Burruss, who has always been a hero for me, Dillard says of the Grammy-winning songwriter. I just love that she's made this clean, beautiful, peaceful exit, or break, as she put it, just because she's so wrapped up in all of these successful endeavors, including music, including theater, entrepreneurship. The fine wine entertainer who recently invited Page 6 to follow her as she prepped for a national anthem performance for a Lakers game in Los Angeles, says that she'd like to channel her inner Burruss when the time is right. Everything she's doing, it's insane in the greatest way, Dillard raves of Burruss, who she says once mentored her when she was part of an Atlanta girl group as a teen. I would love to someday take a page from her book. Until then, she is preparing to drop her follow-up to Deep Space, an EP being crafted with a drove of renowned collaborators, including production team Triangle Park, who produced for BB Rexa, Tiana Taylor, and her. I'm so excited for everyone to hear the new stuff, she teases, though a release date for the project has yet to be revealed. I'm putting my heart and soul into this, and I think it'll really resonate. So shout out to Candiace. Again, she definitely has spoken a little bit more in depth about having a plan to leave the Housewives. I know she spoke about it with Carlos, but I want to say she spoke about it on her podcast. A new episode hasn't uploaded in probably well over a year, I think. But she used to have a podcast with Leah from Leah's Lemonade, and she might have talked about it on there too. I'm not sure. But again, shout out to Candiace for having a plan other than just being able to survive by laying on her back if the show were to end. Next up, I want to talk about Married to Medicine. I was going to go into something else, but I want to jump over to Married to Medicine. Now, I'm just going to say this. You know, Dr. Heavenly has never been my favorite. And I've tried, like, okay, you know, everybody says she's so hilarious, so funny. So I've tried to kind of be like, get on the Heavenly bandwagon. But something about her just, to me, just, I don't see it for Heavenly. I don't. She can be funny. She definitely says some hilarious things. I feel like she's not a truth teller. She'll say, I don't lie, but I feel like she gossips. And maybe if somebody says something, then she presents it as though it's the truth. And it may very well not be. And I believe that she's so focused on this show. This show has truly become, don't want to say her life, right? Because we know she's a dentist and she has Dr. Heavenly University, but it just spills over into her life. And it is supposed to be real life, but I think the toxicness, that's what it is. It's the toxicness that seems to come with Heavenly. And I used to watch her and Carlos's Married to Medicine recaps, but I stopped when she talked about why Dr. Jackie said to Sweet Tea, you know, basically stop going off on production, or they'll go and get the woman that Gregory was in the hotel with years prior. And then, you know, Carlos talked about Sweet Tea should have put eggs on her vision board instead of quad, which I want to speak to that. When he said that, she should have put eggs, meaning to have a baby, on her vision board instead of quad. Sweet Tea has come on this show and has not tried to do the long, and I think I've said this before, do the long monologues like quad. She hasn't tried to emulate quad style. To me, she hasn't tried to be quad. She's come on the show being Sweet Tea, whether you like her or not. So for him to continue to say Quad was on Sweet Tea's vision board because she's married to Quad's ex, I don't think whether you want to say she set her sights on Dr. Gregory because he was on a show or because he had money, I don't think it was because he was Quad's ex. That's just who she set her sights on for whatever the reasons. But I don't think him being Quad's ex was one of them. So I think that's like false to try to say that she's trying to be Quad. But anyway, the most recent round of toxicity tonight on Married to Medicine, we'll see. I believe that the ladies and the husbands are at a charity. I don't know if it's a charity event or maybe Dr. Jackie's event, but Heavenly takes the mic and says that Toya hasn't donated. And Toya said, well, I donated the wine. So Sweet Tea commented on that and said on a post on Instagram and said, it was tacky and ghetto to announce that at a medical gala. This is why she isn't respected in the medical community. I had secondhand embarrassment from Dentist the Mentist. Love that name. Dr. Heavenly then says, Dr. G is not, in caps, respected in the community. And that's real talk, 3 exclamation mark. Then she said, I'm sorry, I wanted to read. Then she says, hold on 1 second. Hashtag abuser, hashtag controlling, hashtag pedophile, hashtag team daddy, hashtag married to med. Then it looks like she must have altered it because somewhere else it says she has commented, Dr. G is not respected in the community. That's real talk. Hashtag abuser, hashtag controlling, hashtag pinky size, hashtag team daddy, hashtag married to men. And I think that is, I don't even not cool, disgusting to put that he was a pedo, because you know immediately where people's minds are going to go. We know that in this reality TV space, and even in music industry, whatever, if you are a fan of somebody, you don't want to believe anything that may come out about them or people accuse them of. But also, if you're not a fan of them, people want to believe the worst, right? So for her to put that out there, and then I believe in another comment, she said she put that because when he was 33, Sweet Tea was 10. And it's like, but Sweet Tea is 30 something and he's for you to even try to correlate that Like, what? That is insane to me for you to use that word because of their age difference and relate it to the past, her being 10 years old, as if he married her when she was 10 and not when she was 30 something. So I just think Dr. Heavenly comes with a lot of toxicity. Like I said, she can be funny, and then Sweet Tea released some text, which I'm not going to really get into, but basically text messages. And I think proving that Dr. Heavenly was for her being on the show, which we already know. She's already said time and time again. And even Dr. Heavenly said it. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie approached her twice about being on the show. And then when she got on the show, Dr. Heavenly switched up. So it's just a lot. I'm glad that Sweet Tea is not backing down, though, and that Sweet Tea is not afraid to come back at Heavenly. Sweet Tea isn't a dummy to me. She's not. She knows how to use her words. But like I've said before, Dr. Heavenly better be careful. Sweet Tea gives me fighting bare feet on a dirt road in the country. So she might want to be careful with that one. All right, y'all, let's get into Beverly Hills. So a while ago, and not like a while, but within the last month, I did a video talking about Kyle. And I believe I did this in the video. She was on her Amazon Live talking about Dorit is making more of her friendship, more of their friendship than what it is. Because on the show this season, Dorit has questioned her and Kyle's relationship. Like she feels like Kyle has kind of like pushed her away and went to Morgan and like not as close to Dorit anymore. And Kyle said, Dorit is trying to basically stretch their friendship out. They went on one trip and she's trying to stretch it out to make it seem like more. And they weren't really that close. Now, Dorit has said, boo, I'm coming out and I'm saying something. So according to Reality Blurb, Dorit Kemsley leaks Kyle Richards' text of trying to silence her at RHOBH reunion, accuses her of being manipulative and calculated. What's interesting to me about this is, didn't Kathy send a message to try to silence somebody last year? Sometimes you're more like your siblings than maybe you care to admit. Let's get into it. Dorit Kemsley is seen sharing a text message sent to her by Kyle Richards with Erica Jane backstage at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion in a just-released sneak peek at the upcoming 3-part special. As they prepared to take to set for filming, Erica, 52, asked Dorit, 47, if she was nervous about the taping. And in turn, Dorit revealed that she was most upset about the lingering tension between her and Kyle, who had recently accused her of exaggerating their friendship. There's stuff with Kyle and I that's going on, and it hurts and it bothers me. I mean, you obviously saw in the press the things where she said I exaggerated our friendship. In a previous interview, Kyle had claimed she could only recall going on one trip with Dorit and their husbands, Mauricio Umansky and Paul P.K. Kemsley, and accused Dorit's statements about their friendship of being an exaggeration. I haven't heard from her in a couple of months. Then she sends me a text yesterday, basically trying to silence me. It was so manipulative. It was so calculated, Dorit told Erica, who commented on the length of Kyle's text, saying it was like a novel. The clip then gave fans a look at Kyle's message to Dorit. Hi, I've been trying to reach out because I know we are in a weird place and it really bothers me. And it's not even on the show. I wanted to explain where I am and why I have been distant, but my hands were tied. Of course, some interview moments hurt my feelings and created more issues for Mo, but I'm used to that and could get past it in time. I also reminded myself that you didn't know what I was going through with Mo at the time for most of these remarks. But then I heard some things that you said about me off camera that hurt me deeply, Kyle wrote. I have so much on my plate for tomorrow, and I know you do too. I love you, PK, and your kids so much. I don't want to lose someone else in my life over a TV show. She then seemed to suggest that she and Dorit shouldn't discuss the drama between them at the taping. They don't even know we are going through a hard time, so I don't see the need to bring it up there. I should have said something sooner, but I honestly haven't been strong enough. But relationships and you, in caps, are more important to me than RHOBH, she stated. I would like to sit down and talk after we get through tomorrow. I am around. I would give anything not to go and have to do this. I don't know how much longer I can do this show. It's so toxic and creates so much anxiety for me. Anyways, let me know if you want to talk. XX. I'm sorry. Now, yes, I have my feelings about Kyle. I've always, since season 1 of Beverly Hills. However, I'm going to say this text message definitely reads as manipulative. All of a sudden, I mean a lot to you. You care more about me than a show. We could have had this conversation before the day before the reunion. As a matter of fact, honestly, Kyle should have played it smarter and definitely had the conversation before the reunion taping and said in person, can we not talk about the things that we've gone through? But she couldn't find the time to reach out to Dorit before that. It's interesting that Kyle has been a part of, and they all have, but Kyle has been a part of the toxicity and the anxiety in creating it for someone else, some of our other cast members. And now you don't want that for you. So you're going to send a text message tonight before the reunion. And there were people online saying Dorit was a bad friend for airing it out. This woman ain't talked to Dorit in 2 months, was online talking about how her and Dorit were not friends, were not as close as Dorit has said. Dorit has exaggerated it. She can't remember going on more than one trip with PK and Mo. But now all of a sudden, the day before the reunion, I mean that much to you, and you ain't talked to me in 2 months. Nah, I don't think Dorit is a bad friend for exposing it. I think Kyle's actions show her to be not the bad, for her to be the bad friend. And look, I get it. Kyle's going through her stuff, right? Going through a divorce. She's not sure how to navigate. She's been with Mauricio for what, 30 years or 20 something years. I can imagine how you would feel lost. And I still feel like this text message was manipulative, period. Moving on, let's talk about Tom Sandoval, Ariana, and VPR. So Vanderpump Rules star Tom Sandoval demands Ariana Maddox pay back $90,000 loan before she sells their Los Angeles home. Radar, y'all got to proofread y'all titles better. Okay. Vanderpump Rules star Tom Sandoval is in a legal battle with his ex and reality TV co-star Ariana Maddox as she looks to sell their shared home in Los Angeles. Tom claims to have lent Ariana a substantial amount of $90,000, which she has not repaid, leading to a dispute over the sale of the property they once called home, RadarOnline.com has learned. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Tom alleges that he provided a loan to Ariana and is now demanding repayment before any sale of the house takes place. He insists that there is a lien on the property directly associated with the alleged loan, creating a hold on any sale until the financial matter is resolved. Ariana, on the other hand, which we've talked about over here, is currently suing Tom, asking a judge to order them to sell the 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom 4,453 square foot house and divide the proceeds after their nasty breakup, where Tom cheated on her with another Vanderpump co-star and their best friend, Rachel Raquel Leviss. So it's interesting because we've heard that there's a second mortgage on the home, but never, or a lien, I'm sorry. We've heard that there was a lien on the home, but it's never been tied to Ariana and him loaning Ariana this $90,000. So I'm interested to see if this is even true. I'm just being honest. And if Ariana responds, they have a lot going on. Listen, he offered, I think, to buy her out for like $3 million. I'll say this, but the housing, but the way it's going now, houses are going for more money. I would want the house appraised and see what it's worth. And that's what you need to buy me out at. We don't know if that's happened or not. He may have just said, hey, I'll give you $1 million over what we bought. But if it's worth $2 million more over, then it's only fair. I know that there's been talk about Ariana not paying any of the bills. She said she has asked him for an itemized list multiple times. She said that on the after show, and he won't give it to her because before they broke up, she discovered that he was telling her a different amount every month that she needed to pay him, which was higher than the actual amount. So who knows? Maybe this $90,000 lien was included. I don't know. I just cannot even imagine. Their home is really and truly beautiful. I am still rooting for Ariana. I don't wish Tom to not be able to live his life, I guess. But I am rooting for Ariana for sure. And Ariana, if you ever see this and if you keep getting opportunities, keep taking them, okay? So there's that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the judges rule in Ariana's lawsuit to him, because she doesn't want him to be able to buy it. She wants him to have to sell it. Now, I will say, for me, and I don't know, because I haven't been in that situation. So it's easy for me to sit here and say, for me, as long as I got what the house was worth, like as long as he bought me out for that, have at it, keep the house. I don't care. And I feel like he's trying to keep the house because sometimes when you buy a home, your credit's in great shape, in perfect condition, you're on top of everything, money's coming, and then him opening Schwartz and Sandy's and putting us, he's got this lien on the house and might be a second, I believe they did take out a second mortgage on the home. Now, if you've missed some payments or you've missed some other payments on some other things, now your credit isn't as good as when you first bought the house, and the interest rates are higher. So he's fighting to keep the house because he may be thinking, I'm not going to be able to get another house like this at the interest rate I got because the interest rates are up, and also because of his credit, he may not even qualify, right? So I think that's why he's fighting so hard. I also do see the side of Ariana, like, you messed it up. That's for you to deal with. So we'll just have to see how it all plays out. But again, their house is absolutely gorgeous. All right, y'all. I'm about to go eat me a salad and a slice of Domino's pizza. Do not judge me. Yep, I came from the gym. I did my legs. Y'all, I thought I was going to have to walk on my hands the other day doing legs and glutes. Did I tell y'all I woke up in the middle of the night and low-key was almost crying? I was in so much pain the other night. I'm like, what is happening? But I should have sat in some Epsom salt before I went to bed that night, but I did not. But alas, here we are. So I'm about to eat my salad, get a slice of pizza. Me and Mr. Faison are probably going to watch the third part of the Wendy series. So, all right, y'all. Love y'all. And I will talk to y'all later. I plan on doing Bold and Bougie episode 2 review. I watched it once already, but I do want to go back and watch it again to take notes. Still have got to do the Beverly Hills recap and the Miami recap. It's coming. I may just do it on Tuesday and release it as a podcast episode, audio and visual, and then you'll just get it all. So, all right, y'all. Love y'all again, and I will talk to y'all later. See ya.